Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we're going to be doing a video with a little bit of a wheel action going on. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months ago I did do some videos where I spun a wheel with a bunch of ships on it and I would play whatever ship that it would choose. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. I've got a total of 148 ships in this wheel. Tier 4 through 7. I have every single one of my tier 4 through 7 ships. I took out the carriers because nobody wants to see carrier gameplay. Alright, be real with yourself. But, no, seriously, we got everything in here. Keep in mind there is a little bit more American ships in here because, well, I own quite a bit of American ships compared to other nations, okay? So there's probably like 30, 40 American ships in here. Everything else might be whatever, right? So, nonetheless, with that being said, what we're going to do, we're going to shuffle this a few times in the top right, just so you know it's not rigged, okay? I'm not rigging the outcome here. We're going to keep on shuffling, and there we go. All right, that's what we're going to deal with. So, let's go ahead and spin. As you guys can see, this is the list of ships on the right, tier 4 through 7, 150 almost, just about. And as you guys can see, I mean, it's not just Americans. There's quite a bit, but there are some other ones in there too, like Legal. You got the Devonshire Warspites. You got some Dunkirk Bees, Blacks, Resistance. You got all the things. Hyuga, Atlanta, Nelson W, Francesco Caracciolo. Like, there's just not just American ships, okay? Anyway, I shouldn't have even brought it up. Now people are going to be like, oh, Dr. Ghost, if it's an American ship, well, I'm going to start complaining in chat now, or in the comments, because there's too many American ships. Well, yeah, I guess that's a me problem. Anyway, enough talking about American ships. I hope it's an American ship that it picks, but if it's not, it's okay. Let's do this. And let's see what the wheel decides here. And it looks like we are doing the NIKOLAI I. Hey, despite there being an overwhelming amount of American ships, it picked the NIKOLAI I. Tier 4 Russian Premium Battleship. So let's go ahead and find that. Actually, we'll just scroll over. Shouldn't take that long, in theory. I mean, as you guys can see, I gotta go through like 30 plus American ships here. And then once we get over to the Japanese, and then the British, and then the Russians should be right after the French. And here we go. NIKOLAI I. Now, we're going to do a little short review. I say short. We might go on for 5 years. I'm just kidding. Jesus. No, NIKOLAI I. Really strong Tier 4 Russian battleship. I really do enjoy it. I still take it out to this day. So, yeah. Let's go and take a look. So, for the upgrades in Loadout, I'm just running aiming systems. There's only one modification slot, and it's aiming systems, baby. For the loadout, we have high explosive and armor-piercing shells. We've got 3 damage control parties. So the Russian battleships are unique to having a limited amount of damage controls. So there's that. So you only got 3 of them, so we got to use them wisely. We have 3 repair parties. We've got 3 enhanced secondary targeting systems as well. Not like that's going to mean a lot, because we should not be getting into brawls with a NIKOLAI, let's be real. This thing's all about the guns and range, okay? We're running the NIKOLAI Imperator flag here, as you guys can see, and we're running the Type 9 camouflage that the ship comes with, and it looks pretty cool. This is basically a Ganget, but on crack, okay? Ganget being the Russian Tier 3 Tech Tree battleship, so as you guys can see, looks pretty cool, man. Looks pretty good. Like it. For the survivability, we've got 44,800 hit points, and we've got about a 13% torpedo damage reduction. You don't want to be taking torpedoes in this thing. Really, you don't want to be taking torpedoes in anything. So, yeah, you know, try to dodge those if you can. So for our artillery, we've got 305mm guns. I think that is 12-inch guns, if I'm not mistaken. They are Russian, so you know, Russian Stronk. We've got a 15.9 kilometer range. We've got a 30-second reload on my build currently, which is a little high for a 12-inch gun. It should be a little lower, in my opinion. I don't know why it's so high. It should be like 25 seconds, somewhere around there, because it's a smaller gun. A lot of battleships at this tier, including the Tech Tree Tier 4 Russian battleship, the Pyotr Velecki, that one gets 356mm guns, and she gets, I think, the same reload. So, or a little longer, 33 seconds. But she gets 14-inch guns, 2 inches bigger, baby. That's a big difference. That's what she said. Anyway, yeah, so Little long reload for 305s, but they are pretty good 305s. I mean, they're Russian, number one, and number two, you've got 12 of them, so that's something to look forward to. For the 180 degree turn time, we've got a 34.6 second 180 degree turn time. For the HE shell maximum damage, we've got 4,700, and we've got a 33% chance of setting fires, so pretty decent. And finally here for the AP, 9,800 maximum damage. Okay, secondaries, yeah, I'm not even going to cover that, but you do have quite a bit of them. You got 130s. You got 130 millimeter secondaries, and you've got 20 of them, 10 per side. So there you go, I guess. The AA, you don't have any. You just don't. Okay, you don't have any AA. It's garbage. 8 or 9 damage, average damage per second. Pretend like you don't even have any, okay? Literally, there's a guy on the ship with a PPSH shooting at planes. I don't even think it'd be a PPSH. It'd probably be a little Makarov, you know, shooting some bullets up at him, trying to, you know, curse out the plane while it flies over, okay? That's all you got. You don't have any AA, all right? For the maneuverability, we've got a 22.5 knot speed there. So pretty okay for tier 4 standards. Turning circle radius is 660 meters, pretty average. Actually, it's pretty good, actually. That's like a cruiser turning, so turning circle is pretty decent. And finally, the rudder shift is pretty average, around 11.1 seconds, so nothing crazy there. And finally, here in the specs tab, we're taking a look at the concealment. We've got 12.5 kilometers by sea, 10.5 by air, 2 guaranteed with a 10-kilometer detection while firing in smoke, okay? And now the armor. The armor's pretty interesting on this one. This thing is absolutely covered in armor. It has quite a bit of armor. Now, the only downside is that upper plating there, you do have only 19 millimeters of armor. So if you get hit in the upper plating there, it's not going to be fun. But for the most part, your whole bow is pretty much protected by large caliber armor piercing shells. You're almost never going to get citadeled unless they hit you like directly in the center of your bow. You would have to get the most unlucky RNG ever at like close range if they decided to hit a few giant shells there, because that's the only way they'd citadel you, through your bow. Or if they got some plunging fire at range, then it's totally possible as well. Because as you guys can see, the citadel is humumbo jumbo, okay? It's a big motherfucking citadel. Pardon my language, but look at that. I mean, that's one thing about the Russian battleships, is if you get caught broadside, you go boom. You just go boom. You don't have the armor to completely, you know, protect yourself, but you have just enough armor to arm almost every single battleship round that gets fired at you, especially if it's high caliber armor piercing rounds, okay? So you gotta watch out, and yeah, otherwise you're gonna cry, okay? So just kind of, you know, get your guns off, turn back into angle, that sort of whole deal with the dreadnought shuffle, get all your guns off, and then turn back in, okay? That's the whole idea there. Finally, let's take a look at the commander last thing here, and then we'll move on to some gameplay. Lev Galler, he's a legendary 3 captain. He's rank 15. For the inspirations, we've got Otto Ciliax and Andrew Cunningham. Okay, Otto Ciliax increases my AP shell damage, and Andrew Cunningham increases my main battery shell grouping. So pretty nice stuff to have there. We've got Flaming Arrow. We got Flammable Cannoneer. We got Gyrating Drill Bits, Marksmanship, Reaching Out XXL, and Will to Rebuild. People are probably going to go into the comments and say, why do you run Will to Rebuild? Just shut up, okay? Because I can. That's the only explanation you need. Because I can, alright? Little harsh, I know, but I'm never going to get through the people, and I don't really care to get through the people. They're trying to get through to me, and I'm like, no. No. Anyway, moving on to some gameplay. And we're not even going to cut, because we're going to do this all in one take. That's what these videos were all about when I started them a few months ago. I do everything in one take, right? I take a look at the ship, and then I move on to the gameplay all in one take. I just go straight into battle. I'm talking to you guys live, so let's do this. New Dawn Domination Mode, and the matchmaking looks pristine. Look at this matchmaking. Cruiser, 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 all the cruisers in the world, tier 4, tier 3 lobby. This is the ideal matchmaking. No carriers, so our AA already bad enough. We know that, so this is great. So one of two things could happen, though. This is a great matchmaking right off the bat, but there's still one or two more things that could screw us over. Number one being RNG just screwing us over, not allowing us to have a good game. Or number two, everything that I try to shoot at dies. Or they just run away, right? So that's like the only two things that could screw us here. The only two things that could screw us. So we're gonna go to the yeah, we're going to go to the right side of the map. I don't want to turn all the way around to go over here because that's just going to take way too long. This is a Russian battleship, so it's going to take us about 5 years to do something like that. So we're going to go off to the right, and we're going to see what we can do. Now, we got a Ganget in here as well. As you guys can see, the Ganget does look just like us. And the reason being, he's got the same amount of guns and the same layout. He's got, just like me, he has 12 305s. These are two very similar ships. I think they're actually the same class, if I'm not mistaken. But y'all can correct me in the comments below if you guys decide to Google it and look it up. I'm just not going to do that because we're playing. I don't want to have to put down my controller and look that stuff up. So, yeah. Anyway, right off the bat, we see two ships here. We see a Britannia that's angled, and then we see a Rattlehead. I think I'm going to turn my guns towards that Rattlehead. He's kind of going unspotted, spotted, you know. So, we want to get a shot out there pretty quick. And just like that, we got 12 305s flying out there at 15 kilometers. Those look absolutely phenomenal. Like, those look fantastic. And they were pretty good. One Citadel. Unfortunately, I hit a little far back, I believe, so I didn't get the second Citadel to potentially dev strike him. But still, nonetheless, 4 main battery hits, 15,000 damage. We will take that result any day. Now, it looks like the Britannia is getting burnt down by my cruisers, so he's not having fun. We're going to take a shot out there. We're going to aim a little higher, try to hit some shells into his superstructure because he's got some decent armor, so we want to try to, you know, compensate for that. And just like that, as you guys can see, 4 penetrations there. You got to love to see that. And now the Emerald is coming out. Emerald is a very lightly armored ship. He's making some big mistakes here. We got about 9 seconds until these guns reload. And we should be able to absolutely send this man to the Shadow Realm in about a second here. Shot out with all 12 305s, and that man is done. He's done. Yeah. First blood, devastating strike. That is how we do it. And just like that, we're up to 36,000. We've got 3 Citadels, a first blood, and we have a devastating strike. And now we see some other cruisers here. We got a Phoenix right here. Bugs Bunny, that's his name. Very interesting name, good sir. He doesn't even have the hull upgrade on. He don't even have the hull upgrade on, I can tell, because look at his superstructure and everything. Yeah, this guy's asking for it. We're going to teach him a lesson. It's time to brace for impact. Grab your ankles, buddy. Yeah. This is the ideal game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but cruisers and battleships, very minimal destroyers, no carrier. This is the ideal matchmaking for Nikolai. Just a perfect game right here set up for us, and we're having a great game so far. I mean, we're just bullying people at this point. This is seal clubbing at its finest right here. Okay, and we got a Karlshrew. Karlshrew has a little bit of a weird armor scheme, so I'm not expecting a whole lot. Yeah, 4 overpens. Yeah, Karlshrew, for some reason, I don't dev strike it. I just get, like, pens and overpens. It's weird. It's got a weird armor scheme. But anyway, he's going to take 2 torpedoes, it looks like, from my De Guai-Chuin. De Guai-Chuin has some very strong torpedoes there. They're French. You know, French things do French magic things. And now that this whole side's pretty much dealt with, all we got to deal with now is this Britannia. He's pretty over-angled. He's pretty broadside. And we got 12 305s heading his way. And, oh yes, 4 penetrations, 14,000 damage without a Citadel. I mean, hey, what else can you say, right? Pretty damn spicy results. It looks like he takes a shot at our cruiser. Or me? Did he take a shot at me? I'm confused. But anyway, nonetheless, he missed. He's dead. He's back at port. And we have some people over on the other side now we got to deal with. We got a broadside Ishizuki at about 15 kilometers. We take a shot with all 12 305s. He did go unspotted, so we're just kind of going to see what happens. And we get, once again, 4 more penetrations. And there is our high caliber and our Confederate medal. 5 minutes into the game. 5 minutes has gone by, and we've got a total of 88,000 damage. We've got a first blood, 2 devastating strikes, a high cal, and a Confederate medal. This guy is still just sailing broadside for the most part. It looks like he's turning in a little bit, so we're going to aim a little down, and we're going to aim a little to the right to compensate for that. And hopefully some of those 305s will catch him. Now, we are actually still losing this game because we don't have many caps. Unfortunately, our Deguai just decided to say, the caps aren't really that important. I'm going to go out here and have some fun. And I guess, you know, hey, to each their own. I think we can still pull this game off. I mean, they've only got 4 ships left, and they're in pretty bad positions here. Not even going to lie. Looks like we got a Nicholas out here. Nicholas crashed on the island. He's backing up. We're going to shoot at him with all 12 of our 305s. They are armor-piercing, but all we need to do is hit a few of them to smack them. And just like that, we hit 4. 4 of those shells hit him. That's a pretty decent amount of damage. About half of his health is gone. And, yeah, he's not having fun. Like, he is, yeah, Sniper of Ice. Not having too much fun right now. But hey, he went unspotted, so we're going to switch our guns back over to the Ishizuki, but it looks like they're ramming. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, that's that. We got a Kotovsky now at long range. He's turning in. So we're going to be a little patient. We're going to wait. We're not going to shoot yet. And it looks like that's where he's going to straighten out, so we're just going to fire there. Hope for the best. We got some torpedoes incoming, but they looks like they ran out of steam, thankfully. And yeah, we got a couple hits with the 305s, 2 penetrations, and an overpen on that bow end Kotovsky. He's kind of lucky not to have been smacked even harder. And then this guy pops up. What are you doing? Hello, Nicholas. Hello, good sir. I don't know how he went unspotted there, but, you know, I won't question it. Yeah. Let's see if we can't hit him a couple times with the 305s. We do hit him a couple times. Can I hit him more? Nope. Just 2 shell hits. Okay. And we crashed into the island because I wanted to get all my guns off. If I would have turned in, I would have been able to only get 1 gun off. So, anyway, we got 1 gun left. Let's send it towards that Kotovsky, and it's the worst dispersion imaginable. Oh my lord. Just the worst. Yeah, 1 ricochet. You gotta like that. That's a troll shot right there if I've ever seen it. But hey, we got all of our 305s once again reloaded. The last 3 turrets that we shot at that destroyer with, and we get 2 overpens and 3 overpens. I think we hit a little too far back there, so a little high. That's bound to be some overpen action no matter what we do. We're still getting shot at off our bow. I'm not too worried. And then he decides to go broadside. This Kotovsky, and those 2 shells up top there look really good, and they hit high once again. God damn it, game. Oh, and he's dead. Okay. And there's that. And we're on double fire, but don't worry. We still have all 3 of our damage cons. We're going to pop that, and we're going to put out that double fire. It looks like the friendly Murmansk did turn around to go capture Alpha. What a Chad move right there. We love to see that. And then this Nicholas is backing up out of his smokescreen. So we're going to shoot him. And that front gun was absolute railguns. And there we go. There we go. Down he goes. The 3 guns is all we needed to take him out. And that is the final kill of the game. Just like that. Victory. I mean, hey, what else can I say? I come on here, start recording, 20 minutes later, we get a barn burner of a game here in the Nikolai. Prime matchmaking, and lots of fun to be had, right? Right? When everything goes well, it's a great time. 113,000 damage, Confederate high caliber. We had a First Blood Award and 2 devastating strikes. Do pardon my notification sounds there. I forgot to turn them off before I started recording because I'm a rookie, right? We all know that. Not really. I've been doing YouTube now for like 2 years. I should know better. And team result here. 2,200 base. 3 kills. Yeah, we like to see that. And the economy. We made about 264,000 credits as well. So yeah, Nikolai, pretty good ship. Really good guns. Really solid ship. Lots of firepower here. You got 12 305mm guns, and as you guys can see, they have the potential to smack things around. Even some battleships. We did hit that Britannia pretty hard, and we hit that Ishizuki pretty hard. So I think for the tier, Nikolai I, absolute fantastic battleship here. And yeah, I hope you all did enjoy it nonetheless. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Nikolai I. I quite enjoy it. I still, to this day, take this thing out occasionally. And yeah, have a good time in it. Especially when I get matchmaking like that. Absolute dream of a match right there. So, anyways, if you all did enjoy today's video, be sure to go down there and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and of course, like I said a second ago, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think, and yeah, I'll be sure to read all of them, because I usually do. I usually do read all my comments, believe it or not. Shocker. But no, seriously. Anyway, I appreciate you all hanging in and whatnot. Have a fantastic rest of your weeks, and seriously though, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we are getting super close to 4,000 subscribers. We're not even 200 subscribers away. So right now is the best time to get on the bandwagon and hit that subscribe button. But nonetheless, I'm going to stop jibber-jabbering. I'll let you guys go. Have a fantastic rest of your weeks and weekends, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.